Before we start, first question, it's got to be who had a better season, Man United or Arsenal? This ain't part of the video, but I'm just wondering.
United.
You think?
In terms of like the leaps and bounds that they made, because we had all written them off, man. I like when we look at what Ten Hag has come in and done, just that part of the season in United, yeah. Because there's no way they should have been coming anywhere, even thinking about a quadruple at one point. Remember when they were all having
in January? Yeah. but that was that 5 day.
Yeah, that 5
day spell.
No comment.
Quad traps were coming in hard.
I say some mad shit sometimes. I'm not gonna lie.
Fair enough.
What do you think?
I think for Arsenal, because no one expected Arsenal, not even myself, to finish second and compete for the title. Like, never mind. Like we were expecting, 4th place, have a good one in Europa. That was it, really.
Which manager do you think had a better season?
I think Arteta, because he was more under pressure.
No.
I'd say Arteta.
Yeah, Arteta was more under pressure.
But Arteta's in his 4th season.
Yeah, and if he failed, he's gone. Whereas Ten Hag, even if he failed, he still would have had an extra season or two. Yeah, 100%.
Well, say Ten Hag finished, let's say, 5th and no trophy. Because last season we finished 6th.
Yeah, then there would be like a build-up progression season. Yeah.
Like, he's done.
I don't know, man, because he spent like 250 million.
Yeah, but it's Ollie's dead wood, isn't it? It's just trying to get rid of Ollie's team to make it his team.
Arteta had a better season if he's just come second and he sacked off every competition, bro.
I think he's had a better season.
He's had a better season, yeah.
Than Ten Hag.
I think he's... Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Even if you think about how many years he's had, you're like, he really implemented the way he wanted his team to play. Ten Hag has glimpses of it. Now that he's got De Gea out, because he can't play with his feet, which is a mistake, by the way. De Gea is
I know, man.
United legend.
Golden boot. No, not golden boot. Golden glove.
Yeah,
golden glove,
serious,
you sack him off.
Yeah,
that's disappointing.
But, it is. I'm shaking my head. But I mean, like, even with that, I think Arteta had the better season. But I still think Man United, maybe I'm a bit disappointed because I thought we were going to go the whole way. And as I said before, I really thought we should have prioritised Europa League. But then again, if we went Europa League, we'd have still lost to Sevilla because they have some crazy judge on that trophy.
Trust. Something goes.
How they won that
favour.
trophy, I had no idea, man. They were the worst winners.
Yeah. The worst Europa League winners I've ever seen in my life.
Definitely.
On that note, let's crack on with the podcast, boys. It's the Arsenal end of season diagnosis for the 2022-2023 season. I know we've come into pre-season and I know it's nearly the new season already, but I thought I'd give the boys an opportunity to get some final things off their chest from last season. And to be honest, from the outset, from the outside point of view, you've had a pretty great season in terms of football improvement compared to last season as well. Before we crack on with the show, let me introduce my guest. To my near left, it's the first ball-playing goalkeeper of all time. It's Arsenal season ticket holder. It's Tunji.
Yo.
To my near right, the first ever doctor on the channel, Scotland's finest, the best right-footed left-back in the world. It's Dr. Dom. By the way, this time last year, it was Tunji's first ever episode. This is his 1 year anniversary. Shout out Tunji. Time flies, man. Subscribers still ain't growing quick enough, though. Subscribe now, like the video now, comment now. Anyway, let's crack on with the show. This is the end of season diagnosis. We're going to go through everything this season, signings, positives, negatives, Arteta, etc. So let's take it back to the beginning of last season. And we did a video last season and end of season diagnosis, links up here now. This time last year, you guys were saying that when it comes to the new season, at most you're expecting top 4, you were saying, and you didn't even care about a trophy. Yeah. In the end, it's come true. But we look at how things were at the beginning of the season. You just finished 5th after bottling it to Tottenham, the top 4 last season. You'd also just signed Zinchenko. You'd signed Gabriel Jesus. You signed Fabio Vieira. What else had happened? And then the beginning of the season, you're probably not too optimistic on a title challenge. Nah, and I guess in the end, you've had that. So that was the beginning of the season. Ambitions weren't too high. Arteta was probably on a bit of thin ice, maybe. He'd gone from 8th, 5th, to now wondering how he could progress. And boy, did he progress. We'll look at the new signings first. looking back now, how do you think, let's say, Zinchenko's done?
Well, you've summed up the season nicely. Might as well finish the pod. No, I'm joking.
Sorry, boys. Zinchenko
Zinchenko
proved his worth.
When he first came in, and it was like a ball playing left back / centre mid, wherever he played, like floating around. It was like a different way that Arsenal were playing. So he added a different dimension of the style that we were playing in. Offensively, the way sometimes he makes these through balls to attacking players, it's not something we've had previously. It's not something like Tierney can do, for example. I feel like he's added a bit more leadership, a bit more character into the team as well. I think it's been a good sign overall. Just the last couple games, there's been a lot of massive errors from his part. The West Ham game comes to mind.
Does it?
Yeah. And there was another game which comes to mind as well. I can't remember. But last couple of games of the season, Zinchenko made a few massive errors, and eventually that basically cost us the title, I think.
I just want to throw it out there quickly. Tierney actually made 36 appearances this season, and Zinchenko made 33 appearances this season, although Zinchenko played 1,000 more minutes. But I'd say, do you think we expected Zinchenko, let's say we assume he's the number one starting left back at your club,
Yeah.
Do you think at the beginning of the season you expected him to take over?
I did actually.
Yeah,
Simply
I did.
because when Tierney plays too many games in a row, you can kind of see like he starts to deteriorate. After the 10,
it's fragile, isn't it?
Yeah, after the 10, 12 games in a row, you start saying he would have made that sprint last game, but he's not going to make that sprint this game. So I think I would love if we keep Tierney, to be fair, but.
And also, didn't you saw a slight change near the end of the season? I think at one point Arsenal fans were saying Zinchenko needs to come off around the 70th minute because he gets a bit tired or something. Tierney needs to come on. And I think at one point Arteta didn't do it. Was it against Liverpool maybe? And then he got done by someone.
Yeah.
And then in the next game onwards, I think Tierney come on every time. 70th minute, get Tierney on. Which worked.
Yeah.
It's weird because if you talk to like fans of the club, it seemed like proper fans that have a knowledge of the football seem to implement stuff in their head as to what the team should be doing before the manager sometimes. Sometimes. A lot of us
Arsenal fans for you. Arsenal
say
fans.
nothing. Say nothing.
But yeah, all right, that's Zinchenko. Overall, a good signing, as we all expected. And we'll take it on to the star man, Gabriel Jesus. It's harsh to say he's under-delivered, underperformed maybe slightly. 11 goals, 33 games.
The World Cup stopped him, basically. Ruined his momentum. Before the World Cup, he was unreal, game in, game out.
Unreal?
Yeah,
it was unreal. I'd say unreal, yeah.
Honestly, unreal. Like, what he was creating for, as like a vacuum, he was playing like a Firmino, but kind of like Tevez in the fact that he was just pressing. Like, it was a pleasure to watch.
And he's techie as well.
He's mad techie.
He's proper techie.
Yeah, he was a big part of why we started off so well.
Yeah.
He was like the focal point of everything going on offensively. And then the World Cup came. He got injured. Didn't really play well in the World Cup in itself either. And then 3 months out after that, kind of struggled, to be honest with you.
But I feel like, is it harsh to say he's underperformed when even, I know he had the injury, but he did play still, 33
Yeah, he did
games.
play. But
he did play quite a few games, yeah? And beginning of the season, you guys, even on the previous prediction show, links up here now, hopefully, you were saying that, and Asher, Jag and all them as well, you're all saying between 15 to 20 Premier League goals.
He would have got 15.
Yeah, if he wasn't injured, if he wasn't injured, he would have got 15.
You got 11 in all comps.
Yeah, he would have definitely got 15.
He would have got 15, yeah.
He would have got 15.
You think?
Definitely.
So what? By that point, he would have played about 48 games all comps.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking he would have got 15 all comps. I'm not sure about Premier League, you know.
No, I think he would have got 15. Like I said, like the World Cup stopped his momentum. If the World Cup didn't exist and the season just carried on, he would have kept on scoring.
Yeah, but so like, say like going into the next season, are you content without buying another striker? Is it enough? Is it enough, Jesus?
Personally,
is Jesus enough to take you to winning the title? Say he was fit every game.
Look at it this way.
Would he have won you the title?
Look at it this way. There's a reason that City gave us Jesus and Zinchenko. They're not City standard. But I think we can make our team around them and like
a better, higher level around them.
Yeah, because I feel as if we give them more role or importance to the team, they know that they're not going to get rotated out. I'm not sure if you saw that interview with Jesus, that he was saying that he was getting rotated and played, and Zinchenko was playing a false nine.
False nine header, yeah.
Right, and then that's when he knew. Like, no, it's a violation.
Yeah.
Like, it's a violation. Like,
Pep
he took him on the game before, and he scored 2 goals and 1 for them, and he didn't even start the game, and you're playing Zinchenko, and like Arteta wouldn't do that.
No.
So I feel like I would prefer. But where are you gonna get a big boy striker now anyway? I mean, we just spent 105 on Rice.
All right, let's say, obviously, you've got a bit of a dilemma coming up this season with Nketiah and Balogun, because Balogun's been balling out in France. Nketiah, you'd hope, has still got high hopes, maybe,
or some
decent hopes in him.
Ian Wright.
I wouldn't go that far. But
Bro, have you not seen him? Like,
I wouldn't say Ian Wright though. But
no.
Not yet, but it will be.
Yeah, if you give him,
it will be.
If you give him a little bit of space in the box, he's gonna score.
How many did he get this season? Let's check. Nketiah got 9 goals in 39 games. Jesus got 11 in 33. Jesus played 500-600 minutes more though. So yeah, not a bad goal record, especially compared to Jesus, isn't it? Not a bad goal record. 9 goals in 39 appearances. Obviously, a lot of those probably substitute appearances as well. But yeah, you think it's enough firepower now to take you next? Obviously, we're not going to get to your hopes for next season yet, but enough firepower to push you to where you are now, or a bit further.
So it's not just about the number 9; it's about the wide players as well. The inside forwards, if you like, Saka, Martinelli. It's
which Jesus brings the best out of when he's playing. Which is fair enough. Other new signings this season, was it Fabio? Wasn't it Fabio Vieira? Fabio Vieira, a bit of a disappointment. Dom's got loads of things to say about Fabio Vieira.
There's only one game I saw that he played well. That was against Brentford. He scored that goal, third goal.
Yeah, it was a good goal.
Pretty good goal outside the box. Yeah. Other than that, nothing really. To be honest with you.
So a bit disappointment, or looking forward to seeing what he can do this season. It's only his first season.
I hope there's something there.
He's only 22, isn't it? It's only his first season.
There's something. I mean, Arteta must see something that we don't know.
He's no Bruno Fernandes coming from Portugal.
He's going to replace Bruno in Portugal's squad.
Hey, all right, mate. Any other new signings? Obviously, you could talk about Trossard. Made a big impact coming into the second half of the season.
Trossard is actually probably going to end up kind of like Arteta in the fact that, like, we needed him as a stopgap, and he's going to be like,
he's going to be a stopgap. He won't start. Like, he won't be. Yeah. He's a squad player. That's what he is. But a good squad player.
Yeah, he's going to be like, people are going to start rating him a lot more.
Did you sign
as Arsenal?
Like, when
we signed Arteta, nobody really wanted him.
Oh yeah. Jorginho, what's your thoughts on Jorginho? I didn't really see much of him play towards the end of the season, but you guys probably did.
Again, squad player. Good in terms of value for money. He played well when Partey slacked off a bit towards the end of the season. He came in, he added a bit of composure to the team. That way we beat Newcastle away 2-0. He was man of the match
against Aston Villa.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I thought God was on our side then.
Interestingly enough, by the way, on Trossard, he obviously only came in January and he got more Premier League assists than any of your other players, except Saka.
Yeah,
he got 10 assists for Arsenal.
Not for Arsenal, I think.
Some for Brighton. It's for everyone.
Most of them for Brighton, okay. But there was one game for Arsenal, he got 3 assists.
Yeah. So we got the second highest assists in the Premier League out of your whole squad. Pretty impressive considering he came from Brighton and went to Arsenal, and he's done well whenever he's come on. A good rotation option with Martinelli, innit? Yeah.
Or
even when he's playing up front, when Jesus is injured, he's playing well for you, innit? He's winning games.
The amount of games that we potentially have next season, I think we're going to see him quite a bit, man.
All right, we'll move it away from this. There's no other signings, right? We'll move it away from the signings. I'm going to get to Nicolas Pepe later. I'm joking, I'm not really. I just wanted to throw that in there.
Wait. He's done better than Sancho since he's come to United. I was trying to point that out.
No comment. I support Barcelona. I support Barcelona. All right, we'll move it on to away from the signings. Gonna take it into a bit of pessimism, as you know I like to do with the Arsenal boys. What would you say are the negatives of the season before we get to the positives? What would you say are the negatives of the season or things you need to improve for next season? Before I give my input, what do you think?
The only thing is squad depth.
Yeah.
Only thing.
I can pick out a few.
Pick out. This is things that, like I've said before, and like the lack of winning DNA but that's something that has to be stamped in. Because like now we're looking at City and what they've done. Like they're not gonna want to get their foot off the gas, if that makes sense. Once you start winning and the core of that team stays. If you look at it with Chelsea, when Mourinho came in and won that first Premier League, that core took them a long way. Like they might have gotten rid of 1 or 2 players, but even their like bench players, we're talking about like Malouda and those players. We forget about them.
Yeah.
But
Kalu.
Yeah. But they were serious as well. So I think the squad. It all comes from the squad depth, though.
But you know, you say like the winning DNA. Didn't you bring in Zinchenko and Jesus for that, and you still didn't really win anything?
But they took us a lot further towards like, the final club.
Yeah,
true.
Or the Rubik's Cube.
They done as much as they could, to be fair.
Do you feel like Zinchenko kind of let you down in the bigger games, though, when he should have been standing up a bit more? Especially near the end of the season when he was kind of pushing for the title and you kind of fell off a little, maybe partially because of him. A few couple careless mistakes.
This is when Arteta needs to step in and be like, oh shit, he's having a bit of a stinker.
Get him.
Take him off.
Yeah. Which was what I feel like he kind of learned.
And I mean, if Tierney can accept that as a role, I think it will really push us towards.
Yeah, so Arteta was a bit naive towards the end of the season, the way, like, in terms of like the players he picked, substitutions in particular. A bit naive, but obviously he's inexperienced. He's never been in a title race before, so exactly. I'm sure in the next season or two.
Any other negative points, Sanjay?
Negative points. So obviously we bottled the league. That's a negative, and that's reflective on the mentality of the players that we have at the moment. Because most of them are young, inexperienced. Man City, they've been doing it for year in year out, because they've got the players that have been through it, been there, done that. Yeah. We don't have that yet. Obviously we've poached out a couple of players from them, yes, but hopefully in the next season or two, if we do win one, then I'm sure we'll win a couple more.
Yeah, that's my point.
It's the first one's always the difficult one, and Man City are just class. Like, it's just difficult to overtake.
You know, the bottling thing, is it a concern now that 2 seasons in a row you've probably done the similar thing? Obviously you bottled the top 4 last season before, and now this season you bottled the title.
The bottle for the top 4, we could just see that the players weren't there. The players weren't top 4 quality.
Yeah.
And now that we've gone forward, we can just say, this team could easily be champions. There's just a squad depth. Because as soon as Saliba left, it was everybody was at 6 and 7, didn't know what to do. And this is also a bit of tactical naivety from, like, sometimes you got to play that fucking Sam Allardyce football when you're 2-1 up, and you don't especially if you don't trust your centre back period. Fucking hoof it long, man. We got 5-6 minutes to go.
Like Mourinho ball.
Yeah, you got to do it, bro. Sometimes, like,
you think, how do you get rid of this bottling mentality kind of thing, or is it just with better players?
Experience?
Yeah, experience, better players, and time.
All right, one more negative thing that I want to pick out on that you guys have kind of brushed over, and it actually leads on from last season to the season before. You done the same thing. You sacked off a lot of the competitions the season before to try and get top 4. This season, you sacked off all competitions early. In like January, I think you're knocked out of all competitions, except maybe Europa was February, just to try and chase this title dream. But is that enough? Is your squad not capable of handling all competitions?
You know how I feel. How I feel about
like Europa. You love Europa. Yeah.
I just needed some European pedigree. At the end of the day, I feel like that was the one that I thought.
So doesn't that disappoint you?
Yeah, that one really disappointed.
That was a terrible shock. That was like the worst performance this season.
And
we had our strong team out. We had a strong team out. We just didn't turn up at all. And they dominated us from start to end.
They wanted it more. You could see they wanted it more.
And someone scored from the halfway line.
As a fan, though, doesn't... Yeah, that was a sick one. As a fan, doesn't that bother you, though? Like, would you rather not pushing... I
was actually annoyed, though, when I was like watching it. I was really annoyed that we actually turned up.
Yeah. So like, this season, would you prefer to push in all comps, even though it might harm your league chances?
This season, I'd love to win a poor man's double, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah. So FA Cup, we played City away. So that was... Yeah. That wasn't straightforward.
You played a weakened squad, though.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
You lost 1-0.
Yeah, 1-0. Yeah, wherever it was. Yeah, and then League Cup we lost to Brighton at home, I think. which you could say fair enough.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, but you still played a weekend squad though. Even in Europa League until that last game.
Yeah,
you played a weekend squad.
The one person who fucked up that game for us was Fabio Vieira. If you go back and watch it,
Yeah, he was terrible that game. Yeah, I agree, man.
Shocking, man. Shocking. They should have drew for the Congo instead, bro. Like, it was that bad, bro. It was horrible.
So yeah, other than that, do you think there's any other negatives of the season? Because obviously overall you had a pretty good season.
Yeah, I have one very minor though. The club doctor. Any injury that we had, whether it's Tomiyasu, Saliba, end of the season, probably Zinchenko, Jesus could add those guys into the mix as well. We're expecting those players. We've been told that they're going to be out for a couple of weeks, and those weeks turn into months.
Just tell us, tell us the real.
Just tell us. Yeah, just tell us. I don't know if it's coming from the doctor, if it's ARTETA, but I think it's from the doctor.
It has to be from the doctor. That's the thing.
Like Saliba, they said that it was a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And a couple of weeks turned into what, 2 months, and that cost us that. I know it's a minor thing, but that cost us the Premier League as well. That doctor's gone to your club, so good luck with that. But yeah, I thought, look, if you don't know how long the player's going to be, then just don't second guess.
Is that like mind games to deceive the other managers? Maybe no,
man. You got to be straight up like with injuries. Yeah,
like it's looking like 2 months.
Because us fans were like, oh yeah, it's going to be back a couple of weeks, and those couple of weeks are like months. Like, oh yeah, what's happened? What's the real story? What's the real deal?
All right, lads. I don't want to depress you too much. You've had a decent season. Let's take it on to the positives of the season. I'll take it over to either of you. What's the first thing? I guess the title challenge.
The fact that it looked like we actually had some steal when we were 2-0 up. 2-0, you know, they say 2-0 is like the worst scoreline in football. Yeah. But a lot of times we were 2-0 up and I was like, I don't feel like we're going to concede or collapse. Like, and I haven't felt that in years, man.
Yeah.
As an Arsenal fan, we've always been like, unless it's 87th minute, you're like...
One more thing I think you solidified as well, and we said this in the last season, end of season diagnosis. You started playing well against the bigger teams last year, and you've continued that this year.
We just got better at that.
You beat United. Did you beat Liverpool at home?
Yeah, we beat them at home. Yeah, we drew away, but we should have won that game.
Should have won that.
You beat Chelsea, who was shit.
They should have won as well. Yeah, beat Chelsea twice. We beat Spurs twice.
You beat Spurs twice.
We drew against Newcastle home, beat them away.
Oh yeah, you beat Newcastle away.
Yeah.
You drew at home, and
we lost to City twice.
United didn't even beat Newcastle this season. You lost to City twice, which is
that's alright, man. That's okay. I'll be honest, man.
That's acceptable.
That's acceptable. I'll be honest. Like, I'll take that.
Another solidifying season against the top six, and traditionally you've been pretty poor against the top six. So that's one more thing Arteta's done. Any other positives of the season?
Yes. So in terms of the London teams, I think we only drew against West Ham away. Yeah. Other than that, we beat every team, whether it's like Brentford, Palace, Chelsea, Spurs, home and away. That was a positive because I don't remember the last time that's ever happened. And what's impressed me is when we go to like Brentford away, Palace away, it's like dominant. 3-0, 3-0, like 2-0, 3-0, like dominant from start to end.
Yeah.
There's been so many games like that. Yeah, we control like big games like Brighton away. We beat, even though Brighton could have come back. I think we were winning like 2-0 or something. Then they came back. Then we ended up winning the game. Villa away, massive win. That is games where we've shown a lot of character. Either through dominating the game or if we're losing, coming back from a goal down, like Bournemouth at home as an example. So there's been a lot of like these positives where we've shown some character.
I'll give you another positive for you guys. Last year, you had a goal scoring problem. You had the Aubameyang problem, who was scoring and then decided to go Barcelona mid-season. You had the Lacazette problem. He was just sticking his arse out, doing nothing else. He's actually bagging in France now, surprisingly.
This is probably why...
That's the French league, isn't it?
Like second top goal scorer.
Is probably like not impressed by Balogun's stats. Exactly, just like, still going to show you if I can get...
Edu's like, 50 mil, we'll get him easy, 50 mil.
But so compared to last season, you've scored a lot more goals this season. You scored the second highest amount of goals in the league this season. You had Martinelli on 15 in all comps, I believe. Odegaard on 15 in all comps. Saka on 15 in all comps. So more signs that you're becoming a more attacking team. Your goals are spreading around as well. Jesus obviously let the team down a little with his little 11 goals, but I guess he got 8 assists in all comps, so that helps. Spreading it around. Slight thing to think about though, this is a quick stat I found on Twitter. Even though you scored the second most amount of goals, you only created the fourth highest amount of chances. You created the sixth highest amount of big chances, and you created the fifth highest amount of set play chances. Is that a suggestion that you've overachieved with in terms of your goal scoring this season?
Stats can be a bit misleading because, like, when I see us score, a lot of the times it'll be like a block shot and then we'll get the next one after.
True.
Or like just pure.
Like it's a lot of
suffocation.
aggressive.
We'll be passing around the box and then one of the defenders will get it, but then there's like another one.
Yeah. So like it's only a matter of time.
It's only a matter of time. Like you feel it. You're like, we're going to score in the next 2 minutes. Like you know it.
I can't deny that.
Where Arsenal score quite a lot of goals actually is when we concede, we score like straight away. There's been a lot of times. I don't know if it's like the setup tactically, but there's been a lot of instances where we've conceded and we've scored straight away, and then that's like, I don't know, mentally put pressure on the opposition team.
Yeah.
In terms of like either coming for a comeback or trying to win the game.
Yeah.
Another positive has to be given to your defense. You conceded the third least amount of goals in the league, which is actually coincidentally joint with United, which I was quite surprised by.
I'm not
considering
surprised.
We conceded 7.
It's the hell, isn't it?
There you go. There you go. You see, I'm not surprised because the haters out here sleeping your asses. Okay, bro.
But yeah, I guess you want to put some credit. Anyone you want to put credit on specifically?
Saliba, Gabriel, good partnership, I think.
Partnership.
Yeah.
I want to see what this Timber guy's saying about.
Yeah, definitely. Ben White, that right back, very good.
Like we were saying off camera, none of us expected Ben White to be playing right back this season. We were saying you needed a right back at the beginning of the season because it's just Tommy Asu or
I was
Cedric.
just thinking, you may as well just get Maitland Niles back and just tell him to shut up and play right
Do
back.
a job,
You know, to be honest, if he had done that, I think he'd still be here.
Yeah.
But he made 1-2 choices and now out of contract.
He's on a free now, isn't it?
On a free, yeah.
Deep,
It's sad, man.
He's going Turkey, man.
Yeah,
You think?
probably.
Yeah, he probably will, yeah.
He probably will.
But he will.
Probably.
That's deep, man. But yeah, Ben White, I guess surprised all of us, to be honest. And I actually just saw another stat as well. Apparently, you only 26% of chances were created down your right hand side. Oh, sorry, that's a negative. Only 26% of your chances were created down the right hand side. Is that true though?
That's Saka's side, man.
Yeah, Saka and Ben White, that would be a good partnership. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't
You know
really
what?
see it.
It's actually true. Only 26% of your chances were created down the right hand side.
I would have never guessed that.
So most of your chances down the middle or down the left.
I would have never guessed.
Same, you know. I might have to double check these stats, but
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's true because Jesus is always on the left hand side. Odegaard's always on the left hand side, so maybe he is. Yeah, Martinelli. Yeah.
You think partially Ben White's a negative of Ben White is he probably doesn't have the attacking nous like an actual fullback would.
Bro, I don't care.
Although he's been pretty decent attacking wise.
Don't care. I feel as if like the players around him, if he just wants to stay in that half, that's fine. I think the players around him will be fine.
So do you think
the point that you can't play him and Tierney at the same time?
Yeah.
You'd have to have one or the other.
Yeah, it has to be Zinchenko.
Yeah, Zinchenko. Yeah.
Do you think that Ben White, you stick with Ben White right back this season coming? Or you want a little bit more of an upgrade?
Depends on the Timber. I've never watched Timber, so
I haven't watched him yet. And he can
but I heard he can play there.
He can play there as well.
Yeah. He's like a CB, right back. Right inverted right back.
Exactly. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, so I think big things coming for Timber. Last season, just to put more praise in your defence, last season Dom actually said Saliba was going to be your best player of the season. And I'm sure he's a candidate, if not the best player. He probably is a solid candidate.
Yeah, I'd say so.
When he got injured, your season kind of fell apart a bit.
Melted.
You can't really say it's all down to Saliba, but a lot of it is probably...
a good 80% of it.
A lot of it probably was down to Saliba. Any other positives of the season? We'll take it on to the gaffer.
I'll say one more thing. I think like even though our problem was squad depth, I was surprised at how good our squad was. Like when we were struggling, bringing in Reece Nelson, was coming on when like
they even Nketiah though when he
had to play
covered for Jesus, he done a good job.
Yeah.
Trossard as well.
Yeah. So like we were closer, but we needed more. So now we're trying to get more. So we'll see how that goes.
Right, that's the positives, boys. I've had enough of that love affair with Arsenal. Let's take it on to the manager, MIKEL ARTETA, onto his 4th season at the club. Before the season started, we were saying if he doesn't get top 4, then it's serious cause for concerns, potentially in line for a sacking. He's now delivered on that. You guys wanted top 4 and you didn't even care about trophies. He's delivered on that, taking you to heights that we probably didn't even expect. Challenging City, I think you got 84 points in the league in the end. Obviously, the lack of runs in the other competitions is a bit of a weak point against him. But overall, content with his 4th season at the club.
Yeah.
And
I think he's bought himself 2.
2 more years.
Yeah. Regardless
Minimum.
of what happens, regardless of what happens next season, he's bought himself 2.
Yeah, something's happening right now.
Yeah. No matter
I
what
don't like
happens,
saying that, but
no matter what happens next season,
kills me to
No,
say
as a fan, I noticed it when you go to like before. I say 2 seasons ago till last season, you noticed a big difference in terms of like going to the ground, the atmosphere, the build up, the way the teams playing, the way the teams like sort of interacting with each other, the marketing, the PR, like the Amazon documentary probably helped Arteta in a way, and Arsenal in a way. Like everything just seems to be clicking now at the right time, and that's all down to Arteta. To be fair to him, yeah, he's doing a good job.
it's all mostly Arteta, isn't it? I can't
Yeah.
see any other single push from anyone else. I'm
think
sure like you don't say about Edu, but
I
don't
was about to
really
say,
know what he
I was
does.
about to say now
You
we're
know.
starting to actually like be more aggressive in the transfer market, and it's still not aggressive enough if you ask me. But it's a good point, and we're getting contracts fucking signed on time. Like
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
we're
that's a
getting
big thing. For
contracts signed
Arsenal,
on
that's a big
time. Do you
thing.
remember how many times we were like shitting ourselves because
Yeah.
a year left on someone's contract? All they have to do is do an Mbappe, which is what he's doing right.
Who signed? Saliba?
Saliba, Reece
Saka
Nelson
signed.
signed.
Saka?
Saka
Is that
signed.
new one?
Saka signed.
Yeah. Martinelli signed from before. Gabriel
Yeah.
signed from
Yeah.
before.
Mad.
Odegaard signed, I think.
Yeah.
Positive signs.
Yeah.
That's showing signs
That's what I'm
that
saying,
you're
like,
going in the right
that's-
direction.
that's
Oh yeah,
better
Nketiah
than-
signed as well.
Yeah.
Your players believe in you.
Yeah, it's better. It's better to get those people locked down and go out looking for the next
Yeah.
big thing. That you see that they work, keep them.
Which I guess takes us on to the next point of where you needed to strengthen in the season coming. I guess we're cheating a little because we've already seen a few signings, but we might as well speak about them since we're here. Declan Rice. All right, this is what confuses me. Yeah? All Arsenal fans last season were gassing up Thomas Partey. I did not hear one single comparison with Declan Rice. Arsenal fans were saying, I'm not saying you, because I remember what you were saying. You were backing Casemiro. Tunde, I think you were saying about Partey over Casemiro at one point. Everyone was comparing Partey and Casemiro, yeah, at one point, yeah. I did not hear a single comparison with Declan Rice. Now you've obviously signed Declan Rice for 105 million. It's all confirmed, all signed.
Yeah, it's all done now.
All announced, etc. 105 million pounds. Let me repeat that: 105 million pounds. Declan Rice, baby. What's happened? Like, did Partey fall off near the end of the season, or do you just need a younger version, or is he replacing Xhaka? Or explain the Rice situation.
Let me
to
put
me.
it this way: Rice is not Partey. Never has been.
Yeah,
never
2
will
different
be.
pairs.
Never
in
has been,
midfield,
never
yeah.
will be. If Partey leaves, you still need someone to cover that.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
What, Rice ain't playing CDM then?
No, he
No,
can,
no.
but he's not.
He can play there. He's not going to play there.
not gonna play
He's going to play the Xhaka role, I
think?
think, from what I gather, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a man.
We still need someone. If we get rid of, like, I said this from before, I actually would have preferred Caicedo over Rice simply because he can do a
Caicedo
bit
can do
more.
everything,
Yeah,
innit?
he
Yeah.
can do a little bit more than Rice. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, even if you have a fucking right back problem, you could fucking ship
Yeah,
Caicedo
100%.
there and he's gonna put in a
100%.
fucking shift. Do you get me? But you can't get both.
Why did you not go in for Caicedo then? Because you
I-
could have got him in
I don't know,
January
they
for
must
have-
like 5-10 million more.
I think they were just pissed off with Brighton.
Oh,
About,
yeah, I
yeah,
think
so,
so. I
yeah,
think that's-
fuck
I
it.
think
He can
that's
go
what it is.
Chelsea, fuck it.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
I think that it could. If he goes to Chelsea, it's gonna be like their next candidate, bro. They're just gonna be like, you're the next candidate. You're just gonna do.
Yeah, but
exactly
why would
what
Caicedo go there this season? They're not even in Europe. Brighton are actually in Europa League.
Yeah.
I don't get that. Is it just for the money or
Money,
London?
money.
Money.
No, Chelsea still have that pull of a big
Yeah,
club
they
there.
think- yeah,
They
They're
do,
not
yeah.
even in Europe. Brighton are in Europe.
Yeah, but they might be in Europe like next season.
Next
He might.
Yeah, but why not just do one season at Brighton and see how it plays
Oh,
out?
the way Chelsea operate, they give them six
Yeah.
year deals, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 year deal on like 200k
Crazy
a week.
money,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'd take that.
Yeah, you think? It's sad, man. I feel sad that teams like Brighton just get dismantled, like they get picked apart.
No, but I think they're ready. I think the thing is they're better than Southampton in the fact that they've already identified. They probably already know someone in Peru right now who's going to take over from Caicedo.
No, apparently, I saw this video.
Yeah.
The next player in terms of stats that plays like Caicedo in terms, you know, those FB ref stats and all the diagrams, horizontals, hexagons or whatever.
Yeah.
The next player was actually somewhere on loan in Spain, and he's on loan from Brighton.
Okay, so
they've already signed this guy. It's mad. It's mad.
They already know.
They're
They already
sick. I rate
identified. You got to rate it.
I rated them hard. But yeah, back to Rice. You think he's going to be a replacement for Xhaka? Wait, let's talk about Xhaka. You know, because the season prior in that last video, we were talking about how Xhaka he actually won you guys unsung hero. Bro.
Yeah.
And now he's leaving this season after what, another great season for his standards.
Yeah, really good. That's probably his best season.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
his best season. Yeah, about
So
that.
what, are you content with him leaving now?
I think he wanted to leave. So
Why?
if I don't know, he wanted to go back to Germany. It's just more for family reasons. I think. Yeah. Like,
Fair enough. But you would have been happy to keep him in the squad.
yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Does
100%.
Xhaka start ahead of Rice?
No, he wouldn't start ahead of Rice. He'd be a good squad player though.
Yeah.
I think now he'd be a good. Yeah, be a good squad player.
Yeah. So what, we're saying Rice is going to be playing in the Xhaka role. Have we seen him do that yet?
He can do it, bro.
We've seen him carry the ball.
But we've only seen him at West Ham, bro.
Yeah.
We haven't seen him in a possession dominant squad.
He's going to be like 20, 30 yards up higher.
I know he can do it. Like, I know it'd be foolish to say you can't do it.
I think he's a talented footballer. I haven't seen him do that role.
If he's in that role, he's gonna start picking off shots like Lampard. I'll be honest with you. Promise you. He's gonna yeah. He's got a shot in him.
Wow.
No, I think he can. Them late runs into the box, he can do it, bro. So I do see it from that.
I don't know, man. I haven't seen the late runs. I can see him carrying it.
I see more of a Gerrard than a Lampard, really.
Yeah.
Whoa. This is definitely.
We're just comparing the play style. We're not saying he's gonna reach them levels, but like
potential.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the engine in him like Gerrard.
Nah, he's got engine.
He's got
engine, but in that midfield,
like aggressive.
But it's West Ham though. Like he's having to do like more defensive work because like Moyes is like compact, isn't he? He's not like go out
low block
basically. Yeah.
But yeah, man, it'll be interesting to see how he does a bit further up the pitch, and I guess in a new position for him, probably like more of a number 8 rather than a 6. And you've also signed Timber, obviously. And I'd say I haven't seen him play, to be honest.
I don't know.
Fair,
but from what I hear,
all I know is Ten Hag wanted him.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well.
He's fucking at Ajax. Ajax don't make bad players.
Yeah, well, we wanted him before Martinez, and I can only say what based on Martinez. Martinez has been sick, so Timber must be sick.
Yeah.
He must be.
That's all we
he must be a ball playing centre back or right back. I can only imagine he's good on the ball. You're also linked with. Is there someone else?
There's Fresneda that's coming. That's from
what position?
Right back.
Okay.
Like 18, 19.
Other than that, who would you say? Obviously, we've already seen now you've gone for a centre back, right back kind of position. You've gone for the CM.
We've got Havertz as well.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got Havertz. That's the one. How do you feel about that?
I didn't want to talk about that one. That's why I didn't.
I'm not sure about him. I'm not gonna lie.
I didn't mention it. I knew who you got, but I didn't mention it.
Honestly, I'm not sure about him. I don't know
at all.
where he's gonna play or.
Fuck knows.
I don't know how he's gonna fit.
I think he had a pre-season game the other day. He played in the Odegaard role, did he? Or the
He's more like Cam / false 9.
Is he gonna be false 9? Cam?
Yeah, but what? He doesn't play over Jesus. He doesn't play over Odegaard. He doesn't play over Rice in the number 8.
No.
So
he can't play any further back than that.
I don't get it.
He's not taking Martinelli's spot.
Nah, no way. I don't really get it. I don't know, man.
I don't know.
£65 million?
Maybe he's gonna have to. Maybe Rice is gonna play like the 6, and then he'll play like the 8. But over Odegaard, I don't see it.
Yeah.
Don't see it, man. I don't know.
I don't really get that.
He must see something that we don't see, innit? Yeah. Like with all of the other.
Well, Chelsea fans don't even see it. I don't.
Man, you know me. I'm the one that was always giving him shit. Like that's why I didn't want to talk about it, because I was shocked. He must see something that we don't see in it. And in Arteta, we trust it. After as I said,
I think Arteta just wants like techie players. He's a techie player.
Yeah, but you don't want to go down that Wenger route where we just have techie players just because we can, innit? He's not.
That's what I see, haven't it? They have that load of techie players, and then they just win. Yeah,
it's true. Maybe you got a good
Maybe
point.
he's going down that route. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Just have to wait and see because I have no idea.
Well, come the end of the season, there's going to be big question marks one way or another, and I think the first person we're going to come to is Havertz and Arteta, but we'll get to that later anyway. I hope he flops, just so you know. We'll take it onto the BTL podcast player awards for the Arsenal's end of season diagnosis for the 2022-23 season. The first award of the season is flop of the season. Sounds a bit harsh because obviously you've had a pretty decent season. But who would you give your flop of the season to? Just for reference, last year we gave it to Aubameyang.
Yeah, I've got one. Holding. The flop of the season.
Bit harsh.
No, it's not harsh.
No, the fact that the fact he scored against City and done that wink deserves that alone.
Alone. Yeah.
Even though we're like 4-0 down or 3, wherever it was.
Oh, that
You
was
know what,
fucking jokes.
You know what? Like, I was looking in my head for another person, but there's none. There's none.
Holding, yeah.
Maybe you could say Tierney because he's.
You could say that.
Maybe you
Was
could
it
say.
injuries? Or
I feel like performance as well.
Yeah, his performance, but his body language was poor when he comes.
Is it?
Yeah.
No way.
after a while.
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect that from team.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like, but because he's always up for a game, innit?
Oh yeah, Dom, your guy as well, Vieira. Would you put him up there?
Yeah.
Has he played enough?
He hasn't played enough for me to call him a. Well, no. He definitely has.
Yeah.
He definitely has. Yeah. Change that shit to Vieira. ASAP.
All right, lads, we've got to agree on one. Who are you going for?
I'll go for Holding, man.
Vieira's played 33 games all comps.
I'll give Vieira the benefit of the
Not
doubt.
too many minutes.
How many has Holding played?
Holding has played. Sorry, lads. Holding's played 24 appearances, but they both played the same amount of minutes.
I'm going for Holding, man.
We'll go with Holding.
We'll go with Holding.
I'll give Vieira the benefit of the doubt. It's his first season.
It's
Yeah,
22.
you can't give a flop. Yeah.
Holding's what? 30 now? Is he 30?
28,
28, 29. He's got a sick new hairline, to be fair to him.
Yeah, great hairline. Yeah.
In fairness, his hairline is.
His hairline's gone better. Yeah.
That's an unbelievable recovery.
He may as well go to the place where they did his hairline.
Exactly.
Go back there.
Fenerbahce will have you.
They'll have no.
Consider it.
He'll do.
No,
all
Fener are
that.
doing bits
Yeah.
this season.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
are.
think they'll take him.
No, they'll take
They'll
it.
sign
They'll take Holding. They'll take anyone.
think?
Don't worry.
Yeah, they'll take him.
I swear they're signing some
They'll
good
take
players this season.
They'll still take him because, like,
Right.
I mean, they're in the Champions League. Like, why the fuck not? He's someone with actual Champions League experience.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
Rob Holding, especially for that wink and the goal against City, even though you were 4-0 down. You're our flop of the season. Class. We'll take it on to the next award. This one's a bit more positive. It's your most improved player of the season. This one's tough. I'll tell you who you gave it to last season. Last season, he won your player of the season and he won your most improved player of the season, Bukayo Saka.
Oh yeah.
This season, your
I'm-
most improved?
I'm gonna go for Xhaka because
Madness.
not gonna lie, I didn't expect him to be like an attacking. Like he's not an attacking midfielder, but an advanced playmaker. Let's just say for the middle. He's chipped in with a lot of goals and
Did he score
assists.
against United again?
I don't think he scored against
he
United.
didn't.
No.
God
But
for
he
that.
set up. He set up.
He does it all the time.
I think he scored more.
30
I
odd
think,
banger
I
against
think he
the-
scored more than Bruno this season. You know. Check the stats.
Don't be silly. There's no need to check that. There's no need to check that. No one at home check that. There's no need to check
No, honestly, Xhaka's been unreal.
Yeah?
Like,
Most
I think.
improved?
Yeah, most
that. So
improved.
shout out. What about you, Dom?
I'm actually gonna say Nketiah. You know.
Mm.
I mean, Zach has played out of his fucking socks, but I mean,
When Nketiah went
When
from
Nketiah
5
went-
goals
yeah,
to
bro.
9 goals.
as I said, he's a purple patch player.
Yeah.
But what he's added to his game is like I think he's been playing with Jesus a lot because his hold up play is a lot better.
Yeah, he's much more stronger.
much stronger on the
So
ball.
much
Yeah.
stronger.
He doesn't dribble into like he dribbles into dangerous areas now. So like even if he can win a foul or something,
Yeah.
which I think is
He looks more composed on the ball now.
yeah. He doesn't look rushed or he
Yeah.
doesn't look like he always wants to knock the ball ahead.
Yeah.
Like he's like, oh okay, fine, I can link up.
I went to see you guys against West Ham. I think you was at that game as well. When he got the ball turned, finished it bottom corner. I don't even remember.
Yeah, I remember
It was
that
a sick goal.
I remember that
and
goal.
that,
It was cold.
that was the first time I was actually impressed with Nketiah
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
saw something in it.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah.
But most improved. By the way, for flop of the season, can we say Jesus? No.
I don't think
Nah.
so.
No?
I don't think so. No.
compared to the expectation he came
You're
with.
pushing the agenda, man. But no, I'm
No,
not.
but the expectation he came with, like what, 50 million? You're only gonna score 11 goals.
It's fine, man.
You're coming from City.
He put in a 50 million shift.
No, he did.
Yeah, especially taking off the 3 months, bro. I don't think you've realised that, like, besides Aubameyang, we haven't really had a proper mobile striker that can link up in the last 5 to 10 years. That can link up and actually create something, like what he does and how he presses and how he plays. And I don't know, maybe there's a stat out there, but I've seen that guy hit the post like at least 6 times this season.
Who, Jesus?
Post or crossbar.
Fairs.
So
Sorry, back to most improved. You said Xhaka.
Yep.
You said Nketiah.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to agree to one. Is there any other candidates?
Nah, not really.
I feel like
Odegaard? What about Odegaard? We didn't expect him to jump
To be
this
fair,
high.
yeah,
I knew
he'll be. I knew he was going to be good this season. Yeah,
But
To be fair, he has improved.
From
He has
last season?
improved. Yeah,
improved, but like to the same levels. I mean, when you're at that level, you can only improve so much
Yeah.
year on year out. Like, so I probably would go with Xhaka actually.
Xhaka, yeah.
Xhaka,
Right,
because, like,
and now he's leaving.
yeah. Nice. Yeah, so we could give it to Xhaka. That's fine.
Right.
yeah. I think that's
Granit Xhaka,
Our tribute.
you've changed your career around at Arsenal and your reputation with the Arsenal fans. You went from swearing at the fans, you went from captain to swearing at the fans.
I was applauding you.
To now, Arsenal fans finally rate you, and you've decided to leave. Wow, what a career! Anyway, we'll move on to the next award. This one is a bit more difficult, maybe, especially because you've had a pretty decent season. Who is your most regressed player of the season?
Regress.
Who's regressed the most at your team this season? Not, you can't really say Holding because he's always been like this.
No, I'll probably say Tierney.
Ooh, Tierney.
I was gonna think that too as well, you know. Because
I'll probably say Tierney.
I'm quite surprised you guys are saying this.
yeah, I'm just used to him putting in that 7.5
Yeah.
every game, innit? Like, and I feel like this season we probably put in that 6.
Why is that? You
6.5.
think is it because of the signing of Zinchenko? His head's dropped a little.
His
or-
head, I think
His confidence.
His confidence, yeah.
He was injured as well. I think
Yeah.
confidence. He's
He's
injury
a-
prone. That's his
Yeah.
biggest problem.
His injury record is a bit weird, especially for a Scotsman.
Yeah.
That man don't seem to get.
Maybe that's why he gets injured because like, he throws himself
I
about.
don't know, bro. I don't
And you
know.
know when he
It doesn't
runs
seem
and
like he
stuff.
throws
Yeah, but you know when he
himself
runs
about.
and stuff,
Yeah.
though.
The
He
way
looks a
runs
bit
is weird.
awkward.
Yeah, he does
and
look a
that,
bit
like,
awkward.
looks like he's
He does
gonna snap his ankle.
Yeah,
at
no,
any
he does
point,
look a
like.
bit awkward. He does look a bit awkward.
It's weird.
The way that he
Doesn't have the balance.
He doesn't look fluid when he runs with the ball.
Yeah.
But in fairness, neither does Weghorst. So
Who's that?
your boy Weggy, man.
So yeah, regress the most. You're gonna agree with Tierney?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think so. I
Tierney
think
for
so.
me. Yeah.
Swiftly
But it's
moving on
easily-
from
no,
the
it's
Weghorst.
easily
Yeah.
it's easily gainable back if he stays, which I don't.
Yeah.
I hope he does. Easily.
Yeah.
He's still young, isn't it?
Yeah,
23, 24. It can't be that old, isn't it? 23,
He's
24.
not
Tierney?
old. Yeah.
No.
Mid-20s, isn't it?
Any other candidate? He's 25 now, apparently.
Okay,
Oh,
so-
he's
fine.
older than I thought, actually.
Yeah.
How old is Zinchenko? Zinchenko is 25 as well. Cool.
You need them both, man.
Yeah. Regret. Any other candidates for regressed? No one else really, innit? Smith Rowe?
He's been injured, man.
Injury prone?
Injury prone, yeah.
He made only 14 appearances.
Yeah.
Same with Tomiyasu again, injury prone.
Getting injured.
Tomiyasu he made 31 appearances, but a lot of those off the
but a lot
bench,
of them
though.
were off the
Yeah.
bench, man.
Yeah.
I can't really think of anyone else that's regressed. Maitland-Niles obviously hasn't been there. Lokonga had gone out on loan. He played 15 games for you this season, though, and has a lot of work to do, I'm hearing. Lokonga. So, yeah, regressed the most. I'd think Tierney is probably accurate. Reece Nelson, anything to say about him? Not part of the vote,
I'm
but
just happy he signed the contract.
Yeah, I'm happy that he signed. Yeah, I like him, to be fair. I like him
I'm
a
going to
lot.
be honest with you. I ain't really seen much of him play. What are you, man, saying? Good player or what?
He could definitely. He's a top. Like if he gets continuous games, he's a top 4 player.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that he's like frozen out and quite a bit. which
He's
is a bit
22.
unfair. It's a bit unfair,
Why is
but-
he frozen out?
Bro, plays ahead of him, innit? Simple as that.
Saka.
He's been injured as well.
But I tell you this, if they told Nelson play right back, he'd play right back. Imagine if, because like, just put it like this, like Trent Alexander-Arnold was playing in centre mid all throughout his academy time, and then the chance came and they said, oh yeah, because he's not going to play with Fabinho and
Gerrard
Henderson
and
and when they were playing proper.
Yeah,
So they said, yeah, you can slot in that right back, and now it's his.
man.
And now they're even thinking, maybe we can put him in centre mid. But he had to do that time, you
Fight
know.
for your chance.
You got to do your time sometimes.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you don't want to play there, but play as well as you can, innit?
Fair enough. We'll move on to the next award. It's the penultimate award. It's Unsung Hero of the Season.
Unsung hero.
Unsung Hero for Arsenal.
Ramsdale.
Oh, that's a
unsung?
shout. That's a shout.
Unsung though, because we Arsenal fans fucking love Ramsdale. But I mean, unsung, like when we talk about the
Maybe
team,
unsung
people
in
outside
terms of everyone else outside of
yeah.
Arsenal.
I'll probably say Gabriel.
Good shout. That's
shout.
probably a better shout.
Yeah.
Even amongst Arsenal fans?
I'd say so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, he's a bit like clumsy on the ball at times, but I think
Which is a big problem though.
I think
Don't
he
you
can
think?
cover it. Yeah, I think
Because
because he's got Saliba next to him. I think
Yeah,
he can afford to be clumsy.
Yeah, he does it, but like I think he knows he's not like Fred. He knows his limitations. Sometimes Fred knows his limitation, but tries to play
Still
through
does
it.
it, yeah.
I'm like, bro, you know you couldn't have
Slow
turned.
down.
You know you shouldn't have turned. You know you should have played that backwards. Like,
Yeah, Gabriel has shown a bit of maturity. this season.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And
no,
I
that's
guess
a big shout.
Saliba helps.
Yeah.
Which
that
is
does
weird
help.
because Saliba's first season and he's obviously got that leadership quality
Yeah.
to try and calm down his
No, I
teammates.
saw him.
around
I
him.
saw him playing in France, and I knew it.
Yeah.
Like,
Dom
he
said
was
this from early, to be
Yeah,
fair.
no. I saw him and I was like, okay, this guy is cold.
So unsung hero is we're gonna give it to Gabriel.
Gabriel,
yeah?
yeah.
Fair enough. Shout out Gabriel. It's the final award for the BTL Pods Player Awards for Arsenal's 22-23 season. Who is your player of the season? Last year it was Bukayo Saka. Should we talk about the candidates first? Who's the candidates?
Odegaard.
Saka, Odegaard. Does Martinelli get
Saka,
there? No?
Odegaard, Saliba.
Saliba. Martinelli, no? No.
No, not for me.
Saka, Odegaard,
that's it, really.
Saliba.
Just
I'll
those
probably
three.
put Ramsdale in
Partey?
there as well. Nah, Partey.
Or maybe Ben White because he's
Shout,
good
Ben
shout.
White maybe unsung hero.
unsung hero as well. Yeah, I didn't really think of him.
No, I feel like people
Got his
rate
credit,
Ben White
yeah.
more than they do Gabriel. So
Fair.
as an Arsenal fan, like the people that I talk to, they're like, okay, yeah.
Fairs. So yeah, player of the season, Odegaard, Saka, Saliba. Who you guys choosing? Who would you choose first, Tunji?
I would go for Odegaard.
I was actually gonna pick
Yeah.
Odegaard as well.
He's been
Over
unreal.
Saka.
Yeah.
We're not giving an award to Saka this
No,
season.
No, he's had too many awards. Let's give it to Odegaard this time.
You got to spread that shit around.
Yeah.
Man. Honestly, he's been fucking.
Captain as well. He's turned up, like especially in big games. I think maybe not against City, but otherwise against the other team, he's turned up.
Glimpses
yeah.
of Ozil, man. I'm not even gonna lie. Glimpses.
Yeah,
I'm
and
really
probably
looking forward to next season, man.
More mature than Ozil.
I mean, he
Yeah,
tracks back
better
a
than-
lot more.
yeah.
He was the player that we were looking for in Ozil,
Yeah.
but we didn't get
Yeah,
that
yeah,
from
yeah,
Ozil.
from
But now we've got
Yeah,
that from
yeah, yeah.
Odegaard.
Yeah, and he's what, only 24 years old? Odegaard is only, where is he? Odegaard is 23 years old.
Yeah.
And he scored 15 goals this season, 8 assists in all comps,
Yeah.
45 games. Is he permanent captain? No.
Yeah, permanent captain. Yeah.
Wow.
I think we should just keep him as captain, to be honest.
That's a big accomplishment to be captain of Arsenal at age 23 years
Yeah,
old.
no,
only in
I
his
think
second full
Xhaka
season.
was unofficial captain,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
but Odegaard obviously is the captain. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming next season he'll be captain as well. You want to give any plaudits to Odegaard? Any further plaudits, or he's just done
He
what
can
everyone?
go- he can go
Everyone's
right-
seen what he's done.
He can
to
go
him.
right to the top. We just need to
Yeah.
keep his contract top.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Any special mentions for Saliba and Saka? You want to say anything before we end the video?
Saka's a real star boy, as we
Yeah.
always said.
From an outside point of
Yeah.
view, even last year I was saying to you,
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
Saka's come on leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
Every season I've seen him.
He's getting
This
better and
season
better.
he took it onto another
Yeah,
level.
it's
bro.
nuts.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Even
Incredible.
the goal against us. Do you remember?
Heard City was sniffing around him and that, man.
Yeah. Even now.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. Even the
Wow.
goal against us, against
Yeah.
United,
Yeah.
insane,
It was
bro.
fucking
Yeah.
nuts, bro.
There was 2 sick goals that game, Rashford and Saka.
Yeah, Rashford
I
goal was
don't even
fucking
know
banging.
which one was better.
No,
because they're both
Rashford's
sick.
one was so
Because of the nutmeg and that.
Now, do you know what? Saka gives me a bit of like Mahrez vibes, like
Yeah,
his touch,
yeah,
his
yeah,
dribbling.
yeah.
Like
I hear it.
I feel like he's heading towards like that Mahrez level.
He's gone taller as well, isn't it?
Yeah, he's bulked
got-
up.
Yeah,
he's
he's
taller,
bulked up
yeah.
a little,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah.
What, he's only 22?
Yeah.
Is he 22? Bro, Saka's scary,
No,
I'm
he's
not going to
actually
lie,
nuts,
man.
he's nuts.
Saka is... He's 20?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
He's 20 years
He's
old.
He's the future of the club, which is
Yeah.
really good that we're seeing
Bruv,
his
that's
contracts
scary.
getting renewed so early, bro.
Alright, that's
So
scary.
if people want to come and take them, they have to start talking hundreds.
Yeah.
And he came from the academy. Like that's
Yeah,
another
yeah.
positive actually. Our
Yeah.
academy shows again how good it is. Saka, Eddie, Reece Nelson.
Yeah, that's why I was
maybe
disappointed with
Balogun
the.
next
Yeah, if he stays.
I was disappointed
yeah.
with Maitland-Niles because of that, because he made poor
Yeah.
decisions and now he's
Stuck.
out on his fucking.
Yeah.
There's no way you can call Arteta up.
Like Joe Willock as example.
Yeah.
He's doing good at Newcastle. If he stayed as well, he would have
Yeah,
been a part of
He would
Arsenal.
have been part of Arsenal.
It
as
shows
well,
like academy's good.
yeah.
She's good.
Yeah, man. Saka is 20 years old. That's insane.
Yeah, incredible player. He'll get it better. Like,
Yeah.
he'll do even better than
Yeah.
this season, next season.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, that's been Arsenal's end of season diagnosis for the 22-23 season, plus the player awards. We've got another video coming out very soon on keep or sell Arsenal players. This is the Between the Lines podcast. Subscribe, like the video. Shout out Tunjay, shout out Dom. Stay tuned for the next one. Peace out.
Between the lines.